While the Allies were building their political machines, they also set about dismantling German war industries. Never again would Germany be allowed the industrial muscle to start a new war in Europe. But one factory was spared. And in the summer of 1945, a British major, Ivan Hirst, was sent to inspect it.
I was a very young man. My brief was very simply just to go to Wolfsburg and find the factory and sit on it.
That factory was Volkswagen. It was the British Army that saved the German motor industry and rebuilt a company that went on to produce 100 million vehicles. Colonel Michael McAvoy, one of Hirst's superior officers, knew the Volkswagen car from before the war and was keen to see it produced again.
He had the bright idea that if we could get the factory into operation, it would provide the light transportation that the army and military government required for running the British zone of Germany.
The plan was for Germany to pay for the cars as part of the cost of the occupation.
We found at the factory a Beetle and sent it up to Royal Army headquarters as a demonstrator.
To Hirst's astonishment, the British authorities ordered 20,000 cars straight away. But could so many be built under the conditions of the time? Within a month he had another headache. The order had doubled.
An order for the cars was one thing, to produce them was another matter. Conditions were very grim. The big pressures were there, damaged but repairable.
Getting supplies was a constant struggle. Some parts had to be smuggled out from other zones in exchange for alcohol and cigarettes. Others had to be made from scratch in the factory.
I think the feeling was not never make it, but what a hell of a job in front of us.
The British motor industry was hardly encouraging. Sir William Rootes, one of Britain's leading car magnates, reckoned the whole project would collapse within 2 years. He told Hirst, "If you think you're going to build cars in this place, you're a bloody fool, young man." And a British Army technical study said the Volkswagen did not meet the basic requirements of a car. But Major Hirst battled on. He decided to boost morale by actually involving the workers in running their factory. Within 2 months, they had built 1,000 cars. By October 1946, they had built 10,000 vehicles. It was a remarkable achievement.
It was far in advance of anything I'd seen. They handled beautifully on the very, very damaged roads. And they were quite lively. They were, I think, an excellent car.
I loved driving the Volkswagen. It was responsive, it was unconventional. You could really push it. But the handling was colossal. I mean, you could really throw the little thing about.
Curiously enough, the military police didn't have them as soon as we did. And if the military police were likely to have caught you doing something you shouldn't, you could accelerate away from them, and they couldn't keep in the Jeep if they kept up with you. So they had their advantages.